Welcome to Tales from the Tips. If you're catching us on YouTube, make sure you give us a like and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tell a friend or two. And if you want to catch us audio-wise, just go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and you can always download us on the Odyssey app. Just make sure you go to your Google Play or iTunes store and download Tales from the Tips. I'm DA. That's 15-year tour caddy Mick Middlemo. We're just a couple guys that love to talk about the game of golf, but we come at it from a completely different perspective than what you hear out there anywhere. You ready?
I'm ready. It's not just golf, though. We talk about
We do talk about a lot of things, don't we?
You're doing good now. He doesn't, Leo, he doesn't even need his little paper in front of him to do the intro.
And we're already started. Let's grip it and rip it. So, since the last time we recorded, the game happened.
Here we go.
We had several milestones, actually.
Okay.
The game, and then happy birthday, Fossil.
Yeah, I did have a rather large birthday party that was organised for me. You've seen some of the photos, obviously.
I have. I'm afraid to. I was going to share some on our social, but
I think you should.
I don't know if I don't want to be like kicked off of platform for half nudity while karaoke is being sung.
Yeah, I had some great friends of mine organise a little surprise 60th birthday for me. So when I walked into Guston's bar in Ackworth, shameless plug.
There you go.
Great bar.
There you go.
Walked in there and there was a table set up, and they'd obviously been to the Australian Bakery down there in Marietta.
Another plug.
Another plug.
Go
see Neville, great Australian
We're
guy.
5 minutes in and we've already got 2 plugs. That's awesome.
Dyson Daniels, new favourite place. Loves it.
Really?
Yeah, he's been there like 6 or 7 times.
There you go.
Yeah.
And now you've got an endorsement deal going. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm working on that. And then, so they went and bought a whole bunch of like Australian decorations and things like that you can buy down there.
Actually, now when you call me, the kangaroo pops up on my
Yeah, there was a
phone.
blow-up kangaroo there. So obviously when I walked in, I'd already had maybe 3 or 4 beers and 3 or 4 shots of Jameson. And so I was off to a pretty good start.
No surprise.
Here
we go.
I was off to a pretty good start. And then I walked in, and of course, everyone's buying you shots and things like that. And then karaoke starts. And I'd had a past where I got up on stage and would sing I Come From a Land Down Under. And my back is heavily tattooed with Australian pictures. Like there's a map of Australia, there's a tribal kangaroo, there's my football team in Australia. So when I tend to sing that song, my shirt tends to come off, and I like to show off the Australian tattoos when I'm singing I Come From a Land Down Under.
So this is a ritual.
Yeah, but this time I was doing it with a blow-up kangaroo at the same time. So if you ever see the picture of it's out there on Facebook. It's on Twitter. It's on X somewhere.
We'll post it.
Yeah, but there is a picture of me shirtless singing I Come From a Land Down Under, holding a blow-up kangaroo.
So
which you can't make that up.
When I got that photo, my wife was looking at me and she goes, "What the?" And I said, "It's just Mick."
Yeah,
and that's just what it is now. It's just Mick.
It's just Mick.
Just Mick.
So the whole birthday thing started off at my friend's house, Chris Fortney's place, on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So I went to his house for Thanksgiving because obviously I don't have any family in the States, just me. And so we had a big night there at Thanksgiving, including one of my buddies, the Grizzle, falling into the fire pit.
Oh,
yeah, he fell into.
You didn't tell me this one.
Yeah, he's got like a table that has like it's like a fire pit table, and it has like marbles in there and stuff like that. So we were
one of the propane ones.
Yeah. So we were having a competition to who could pick up the most hot marbles and stuff. So we kind of got a burn on the.
How'd the fingers?
Yeah. They were a little sore the next day. Obviously, he's not very smart, but then Grizzle decided to fall into it at about 2:00 in the morning.
Oh,
so he had some beautiful little marks on his arm for.
So
that probably started the birthday weekend because that was, I think, the 29th. My birthday was the 2nd of December. So it just kept going. So my birthday, so we started on the Thursday, then it was Friday. Saturday night was my birthday party. Sunday was Falcons.
Yep.
We
won't discuss that.
Yeah. That was one of the.
That was the.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It was one of the losses. And then Monday was actually my birthday. So by the time Monday came around, it was like, we just can't keep doing this. But then, of course, Then Tuesday came around.
And you did
and then
it again.
Wednesday came around, and Thursday came around. So it went on.
You made it a week.
We went on for a
You
week.
celebrated your
Yeah.
It's a milestone birthday, you know.
It was, yeah.
You're allowed to celebrate for a week.
Yeah, my friends were very glad when it was over.
I was celebrating for other reasons, obviously.
You get the dickheads. I can tell by the sweatshirt. All right, let's get. All right,
Well,
okay,
how many?
It's
Okay,
your,
so
it's your turn.
Hold on. How many times do I wear anything logo or branded that isn't a golf shirt or anything?
You don't
like that?
normally, but then you
Right.
have to pull that one out.
Well, when you're not expected, as a matter of fact, you're a 3-touchdown underdog. You have no quarterback. Your top defensive player's out. You really have no business being in this football game.
Correct, but I'm actually glad you won because I'm not a big the Ohio State.
And you're against a $20 million payroll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine because it is.
Leo, can you cut that
And we
out?
now own them because now you've got legislation being created.
I heard this.
How bad? We've talked about being in somebody's head.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
When some person wants to make it a felony to put a flag in the field, someone's upset.
I mean, they owned us for 9 years.
Yeah, someone's upset about that.
I think we had 2 wins.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually glad you won because I have a lot of friends of mine who are Ohio State fans, and they could be a little obnoxious. They're like Patriots fans.
Then we doubled down this past week, and we got former quarterback son Chase is now going to be one of the guys on the scholarship roster.
Oh, really?
Chase Herbstreit.
Oh, yeah,
I wonder if Dad's going to bring the dogs.
Oh, he brings the dogs everywhere.
Yeah.
No.
Be an interesting look in Ann Arbor.
All right, come on, you got 1 more minute of Michigan, then we have to change.
Okay,
the
well
subject.
we are. We're gonna move on. So, literally, we've had a lot happen since the last recording.
Yep.
We had our charity golf outing for Pets for Vets.
Mm-hmm.
You and I, and then our 2 comrades, Umberto and Michael. We played in honor of Jared.
Yep.
You'll be able to check out those photos. We'll post them up on our Instagram and X accounts coming up. We'll make sure executive producer Kim. Oh, yeah. By the way, I know where she's at.
Where is she today?
She's at a Christmas party in Austin, Texas.
For work?
Well, not for her. Not for us. I mean, obviously, her and I work together. For her boyfriend's company.
She's been here like 3 weeks and she's got vacation already?
She's already got vacation. She's like gone.
Nice, okay.
I don't know what she does anymore.
Must be nice.
I mean, I know she sends emails to Leo, moving our schedule around all the time.
Leo's on his phone now, so
I mean, Leo, did you see that sweater he's wearing today?
Come on, Leo. Can you come on camera?
Leo just gave you a hard no.
Leo just gave me a
hard no from Leo back there.
I'm going to take a picture of it and post it on my Facebook today.
I think we should do that. We'll take a photo with Leo. We'll post it up on socials.
The mystery man.
But so we'll get back into let's get back to golf.
Yeah.
So, we were challenged by the members of Eagle Watch Golf Club. We didn't win.
We did not. We didn't play that great.
No, we shot a measly 17 under.
Yeah.
18, 17 under, 18 under. Legit. But you know what? The best part of this is they didn't win either.
We destroyed them.
Yeah. Oh no. We definitely beat them.
Yeah, we destroyed the members there that were.
But
Squid Nation or whatever.
Our good friends at La Cima Restaurant Group, which we will be at one of their locations as a part of the Mick World Bar Tour. We'll let you guys know that. By the way, our first broadcast of the World Tour will be here in the back nine. We're gonna have to set up a date at Gustin's, like either episode 17 or 18. We'll finish out.
They're excited by that.
I think what we should do is like finish it out. We'll record a couple from there, like 17 and 18. Finish out.
They're excited by that. They kind of want to have a Q&A on us.
a Q&A on us.
Yeah, like asking us questions about golf and things like that. They want to.
They want to.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions they want to ask us.
I don't know if Executive Kim's going to allow them on a podcast.
Well, they don't have to put their heads on there. Just the questions.
We're just going to get lobbed questions from inside the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. Leo,
what could go wrong?
We might need security.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? We just heard about your birthday week. So I want to ask you, because we talked about it while we were out there. Thoughts on the outing and thoughts on the course. I know you and I talked about Eagle Watch a little bit while we were out there. What did you think?
I have to be diplomatic.
We'll be diplomatic.
I am diplomatic. They need new cart paths, that's for sure.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. It's not my favourite golf course, but it's fine. It's a decent members course. I think it's anything horrible, but I think there's better. It wasn't in the best of conditions.
No, but here's the things that we talked about. One, I don't particularly dislike the layout of the golf course. It actually was
it's a decent layout. Yeah,
I think there's a couple of holes, maybe I think 1 or 2 holes that probably they kind of crammed in there. Yeah. But you're in a neighborhood, so we kind of figured that. But we ran into, this is course number 2 that we finished on a hole far away from
where it should be,
the clubhouse.
Yeah, and you know my feelings on that.
So I gotta ask, what would you have done differently there? Because 9 finishes right at the clubhouse.
Perfect. But as I said on a couple of other podcasts, I'm always big on the 18th hole finishing right by the clubhouse. So it's just so you can sit outside, you can watch people finish on 18 and stuff like that. It's just
you'd flip the 9s around.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's just something about it. I just don't understand why they and a lot of these times I think it's because it's just bad golf course design. It's like, really, to me, it's like, okay, let's finish up right by the clubhouse. It's both the 9th and the 18th should finish by the clubhouse. They should. It's just, I just think it doesn't make any sense to me because, I mean, some of the best golf courses in the world, right by every one of them is like finishes by the 18th.
So you said member layout.
Yeah, it's
so when you were as a caddy, and you and I did not talk about this while we were out there. Like, what were your thoughts from a caddy perspective out there?
Well, I probably didn't. That's funny because I didn't really. It's funny sometimes you go into playing mode and into caddying mode. They're two different things.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to realise this because when I'm out there caddying, I would be like, okay, we got to hit it down here. I'm not looking at any of the trouble. I'm just, all I see is fairways and where we have to hit it and lines and we're going to hit it here. And when you get into playing mode, then I see all the trouble. Yeah. You know, I don't want to hit it over there. I don't want to hit it over there. I don't want to hit it over there. So it gets you into 2 different modes. So when I was at Eagle Watch, I was probably just in playing mode more than anything. It's like, you know, especially when you're in a scramble because there's some sort of strategy, especially when we've got one guy who hits it 330 yards every time. Mm-hmm. And so,
which he wasn't, by the way.
No, he didn't have a very good driving day.
He did not.
Not like when we won our first championship, but we'll let him off though. He's got a good 2-iron now.
Yeah, well, I was gonna. Okay, so you brought it up.
I sold him my 2-iron, my baby club the thing I've had for 7 or 8 years.
The one that you had threatened me that you were going to
threaten you with.
Yeah,
but then I turned 60 and I realised I can't hit it that far anymore.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I'm about 10 years behind you. We'll celebrate mine in March.
I'll be on those white tees very soon.
Yeah, we'll be there together.
not for a while for you.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, I did sell my 2-iron to him, but because he's a much better.
I'm still hurting from the outing, so let's we'll leave it there. We might need some other sponsors, more like chiropractic and.
Oh, I will for sure.
You know,
for sure. But yeah, but golf. Like I said, I wasn't really in the caddy mode sort of thing. I was like in playing mode, and so it's again they're 2 different. They really are 2 different things. Because when I caddy, I don't see the trouble. I see this is where we need to hit it. We put it down here, put it down here, put it down here. I don't look at where the player be like, well, how far is it to carry this? I'm like, well, this doesn't come into play.
But you see now you say this.
Mm-hmm.
So I was taking notes.
Oh, okay. You
did go into caddy mode for Michael.
Yes.
While we were out there.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I was kind of just sitting back and, you know, there were times where I was either we were looking at different things or working on some other stuff. But when we needed a shot hit,
mm-hmm.
you went into caddy mode.
Talking about, what?
You were laying out the trouble spots, the landing spots, and I think it's also a confidence in the player.
Yeah.
that you could literally, because you weren't not having that conversation with me. And listen, I'm not taking any offense to that.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing out of my mind to start that round.
Yes, you did.
But
Then
we were not having a conversation, hey, since you're hitting 2, I need you to lay up over here. I want you to avoid this. You literally were sitting with Michael, and I literally watched the two of you laser scope, talking about, pointing out. This happened on multiple occasions.
you did it. I don't know. I didn't.
So you
I didn't realize.
subconsciously go into caddy
subconsciously
mode.
went into caddy mode.
So we're going to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about what it's like as a caddy in the off season. What do you have to do to get prepared? What are you working on? Because the guys are working on their games.
Mm-hmm.
They're fine-tuning things. They're working with their swing coaches, their putting coaches, everything. Before we get there, you laid it on me this past week. You played in a 3-man scramble. So we're going to put a bow on outing season after today because I think we're pretty much
Done.
We're done.
Yeah.
I may get out and play a happy round here or there, but
Yeah, the weather's got to get more better than today.
It's a look. The fact that you're wearing jeans,
Yeah. And I have the last few times. But yeah, the shorts are gone for a little while. There was so much ice on my windshield this morning. I was like, "Are you serious?" It's like,
well, I made you get up a little earlier
you
than
did make
normal.
me get up a little earlier today, but caddy.
That's because of Executive Kim,
Yeah.
Executive Producer Kim.
Where is she? Crickets.
Oh, yeah, holiday.
Again.
She's on holiday already.
I like that. On holiday, I like that.
I'm taking an Aussie
Yeah,
term.
you're taking Aussie. Yeah,
Yeah, she's
saying
on holiday.
holidays.
She'll
Yeah.
be gone for a few weeks, probably. Yeah. Okay.
Caddy off season.
So what was your 3-man? Because I got to hear about this.
This was at Bentwater.
Oh, here we go. That's number 3 for the episode.
I know. Bentwater. It was a 3-man scramble. I played with Chris Fortney and Greg Elliott, and it's off the TLTs. It's like ahead of the ladies' tees. It's like the kids' tees, and it was hilarious. It was just. So
you're playing junior tees.
Basically, yeah. It was a fun day. It was.
Did you drive any greens?
Did we? No. Did we?
I drove.
Well,
a
yeah,
green.
maybe one.
I drove a green.
You did, yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe one. But a lot of them, like you were too. A lot of them were like really weird, like numbers and stuff like that. And the course is a really good layout. So,
Yeah.
so there's a couple little like.
What was it for? Why were you guys playing in it? Was it just a random?
Just a random thing at the members. One of the members said to me, "You want to play?" And I was like, "Sure." And so away we went.
So you get to play a member guest.
$165 later. But we did win $90. I think we finished 5th.
Oh, okay.
We won $90
Well, you
each
didn't quite
for
break
finish.
even, but
No, I didn't quite. Well, no, because with the bar bill.
That's when you give it to the member.
Well, yeah, they did. They picked it up.
Yes.
There was a lot of shots drank that day. Hard to imagine that we had our
There's
first Jameson at.
What time was it again?
Well, they let us in Guston's a little early. The bartender at Guston's let us in early. Probably shouldn't say.
So
this,
wait,
but-
hold on. You started at the bar before you went to the golf course.
Yeah.
You didn't even start at the golf course bar.
No. I had to pick up one of my buddies because I was going to drive in there, and so she let us in.
This is what I'm dealing with.
So
folks.
she let us.
This is what I deal with.
Jordan
folks.
let us in the bar, and then early, and I sat there and had a Diet Coke because I was feeling a little rough from the night before. And then as soon as 11 o'clock came around, my buddy came, and the scramble started at 12, but the course is only 10 minutes away. So, but as soon as 11 o'clock hit, there was a shot of a shot of Jameson, 2 beers. So we had 2 beers, 2 shots, and then we went to the golf course. And then we proceeded to finish 5th, I think it was. Yeah, it was a fun day. It was a really good idea.
It was great weather too.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was like 60 something. It was like 60 degrees, 62
it was
degrees.
a great.
But I did wear long pants.
It was a great day for weather-wise in Georgia. It was a poor day for our football team.
Well, so that was a good thing. I didn't get to watch him.
That's why you weren't texting me angry texts.
Well, when I first, because I don't get on my phone much when I'm at the golf course, unlike others. And so,
Okay.
and Chris Fortney, if you're listening, I'm not just bagging you. I'm bagging Chris Fortney because
I don't know how bad Chris is. I haven't played
he's
with
horrible.
Chris.
Like even when we were playing in that scramble, he was on his phone. I'm like, you can't be working at Sunday. He was looking at college football rankings and all sorts of things, and so.
Well, he was paying attention for the playoffs.
Well, he's a Texas fan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Me too.
0 for 2.
Yeah, I actually had a Georgia jersey on Saturday. I actually wore a jersey.
Our
jersey.
director of sales here had made some pretty outlandish bets going on It was kind of fun. It's been a fun week at the station this week. As a transplant dogs fan, well, most of the girls are all dogs fans now. I may have said a few things to him, and I may have been wearing some Georgia gear earlier this week.
Yeah, I had some Georgia. I wore a Georgia jersey for the first time in my life.
So go Dogs. Well, you can say it. You don't have a college team.
I'm a Nebraska fan. You know that.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Go Dogs. But I actually had a Nebraska.
Go Big Red. There you go.
I actually had a Nebraska like long sleeve underneath my Georgia jersey, so just to make myself feel better.
There you go. Okay, so off season. Well, before we get to it, so executive producer Kim, before she left on her holiday,
yep,
she needs golf lessons. She said she made a commitment. No. You ready for this? She wants to play with us next year in one of our outings. And I said, under one condition, you get golf lessons first.
Okay.
So I did a little research. Shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Your soon-to-be head pro at the soon-to-be club that you're going to join after the first of the year because you're heading back down under for a few weeks.
Yep.
She specializes in instruction with kids and women.
All right. So we have to sort of.
You have a job.
Okay.
You need to set up.
Technically, I don't.
You do now.
Okay.
I'm giving you a mission.
Okay.
You are going to get her set up for lessons.
All right.
That's your job.
I can work. I get that.
You got that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So
I guess we're doing a podcast at Bentwater.
Well, whatever you have to work in, I'm sure we can, Leo will not be able to wear. Yeah, I see that.
Leo's going to be on the road again.
We're definitely not allowing him to wear that sweater.
I love that sweater.
I want to see you in that sweater then.
I don't think that would fit me.
I don't think so. That's probably it.
Leo's just a little smaller than me.
Well, we'll take a photo and we'll show the audience.
I will.
Okay. Off season as a caddy.
Yeah, not much happens.
Come on.
Not much happens.
You just lay around.
Pretty much.
Do nothing.
No.
Work out?
Play some golf. Back in the day, yeah, I would hit the gym for sure. Absolutely.
Would you at least go to the range to
hit some balls?
Not you hit some balls.
To watch your player?
Yeah.
If
they wanted.
If you wanted, but I mean, a lot of the times we don't live in the same state. Like I caddied for Greg, lived in Florida, and I was in Atlanta. And, now when I caddied for Jared, I lived at Jared's house, so that was easy. But, I mean, yeah, and Daniel Chopra, same. He was in Florida, and I was in Atlanta. I mean, so there was a lot of times a couple of weeks before.
Now I'm seeing why we're no longer a PGA Tour caddy.
Well, a lot of times before, you would like the off season was a lot longer than what it was now. And so now the wraparound, there's really not much off season now. Whereas before it was like 2 months. So, but I would go down like a week or two before the season started, and we'd go to the range and just watch him hit balls again and work out and do that sort of stuff. So, and sort of prepare it that way. But most of the time, the players just.
Is this okay? Let me ask you this then: is this the time when guys are starting to make changes with caddies?
Yes and no. I mean that can happen anytime.
Well,
normally it's usually by the end of the year they're like, hey, we're going to try something different, and sometimes they want to start afresh with a new caddy at the start of the year. That happened to me a couple of times.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Hawaii.
Hawaii
Rings a bell.
Yeah, Hawaii rings a bell. It's such a great place for me. Great memories.
So, by the way, in a couple of episodes, we're gonna give our predictions for the year
for the majors.
Well, we'll do majors, but we'll get into, as we get closer to the start of the new season, we'll start talking about individual tournaments because you have to start naming your bars. I'm not going to let you off the hook on that either.
What, naming my bars?
Your favorite bars in the cities that they're playing the tournaments in.
This is kind of really weird. A lot of the places, we didn't really go to like different dive bars and stuff like that. Like I'd go and have dinner with Greg or Daniel nearly every night.
We'll have interesting stories.
Yeah, but it was normally.
I can't wait for you to talk about that tournament in May. That's going to be a fun one.
Which one?
Yeah, the one at his place.
Oh, Jack's place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that course though. It's nice.
So,
But a lot of the times we'd go out for dinner and be going to the same sort of place. I mean, if I was by myself, I'd just go find an Applebee's or something like that because I knew what I was going to get. And or if I was going out to dinner with Peter Lano, which I did nearly all the time, we'd find an Outback Steakhouse, believe it or not. Or it was just the same sort of place all the time. That was it.
So
a few beers.
Aussies really do go to the Outback Steakhouse.
We do. There's nothing Australian about it, but zero. There is absolutely nothing Australian about the Outback Steakhouse.
Minus the Foster's beer.
Well, we don't drink Foster's in Australia either.
Right. You give that to the Americans.
Sure do.
See? Look, I do learn.
You do listen to me.
Well,
sometimes.
Okay. Have you heard any rumors or rumblings of caddy changes?
No, I have not. I haven't. No big ones.
Have you talked to anybody about making a change? No. I got to know this. This is more personal. Like, I got to make sure that one day you're not going to spring it on me that you're just going to leave the podcast because you're going to go back out on tour.
It could happen. It could if the right phone call came along.
Are you soliciting phone calls now?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Ricky Fowler. No, definitely not. It would be the Champions Tour. I would like to go out. I would like to go out to the Champions Tour and do like 3-round events and hang out with all the guys I know more than.
Dude, I would love for us to be able to do the podcast from Sugarloaf when the boys are here.
I'm sure we could figure that out.
That would be fun.
I'm sure.
We should look into doing something like that.
I'm sure we could figure that out. I know a lot of people on the Champions Tour. That's for sure.
Well, and we've played out at Sugarloaf a couple times, so.
Then you have a job.
I have a job now.
We have a job each.
We got assignments. So no rumors, no rumblings.
Not that I've heard. I could probably go and make some phone calls after this, but.
Well, speaking of phone calls.
Yep.
Your other job is So do you want to make any announcements? Like,
no.
Do we have anybody?
No, Daniel Trope is going to be our first guest.
He is.
He is 100% going to be our first guest. He's very excited to get on there because he wants to straighten something out as well.
Oh.
Well, he had someone on another podcast, another caddy, say something about him that was completely and utterly false. Ooh. And he was not happy about it. So he wants to come on here and he's going to clear the air on this.
Clear the air.
And yeah, he's going to throw some shade on somebody.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, on that note, we will let you guys know when to tune in for Daniel's appearance.
That's going to be a good one.
That it will be a good one. So at this point, I think you and we're gonna get ready to get out of here and go.
Let's go have a beer.
Yeah, it's only this is about the time you normally get started.
No, it's not true. It is a bit early. Well, on the weekends it'd be a good start.
So make sure you check us out on Instagram, X, and wherever you find your favorite podcast for the latest update on content and updates on when our releases are of our new and upcoming episodes. We hope your drives are straight, your putts are short, and your scores are low. We'll catch you next time on Tales from the Tips.
See you guys.